Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of DMS 3000 News. It's episode 97 on this Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. And we welcome you to another edition of this great show that's been on the air since June 5th of last year. And of course, I am your host, Jason DeCanio, and welcoming you again to another fantastic show, which we've got some fantastic articles to give to you, plus a whole host of other stuff to get you on your afternoon going into your evening tonight. And hopefully you had a fun time with us yesterday on the show because we had some fantastic articles yesterday. We aim to do that today. You just saw our new David 3000 intro for 2024. Wait till you see the closing. And of course you saw the new logo for the show. So I hope you enjoyed that one too. All of the logos were made by me through Canva. David St. Dennis made the logos for the channel, and we all take credit and tribute to all of that as well too. Today's topics are really good ones, and we're going to look at the continuation of how to be happier, the proven ways to boost your mood and feel more connected and content. We're going to give you ways 6 through 10 today, but that'll be more towards the end of the program. And we'll, of course, give you a little short stint, a little 15-minute stint on that one, okay? The other main article is that I've tried the Miele air purifier, and my house has never felt so clean. We'll get a review from the lady who tried this particular air purifier and give you her take on what she did, or I don't know if the person was a male or female. We'll find out who wrote the article when we get to that. And here's an interesting question for you. Should you leave a window open in the wintertime? Well, they always say it's good to air out your house. You know, you can, of course, sleep with the windows open if you have a screen on there so nobody breaks in and no animals get in. But should you leave it open in the wintertime? Depends on how cold you want your house to be or just to get out the pollen and stuff. You should, I would agree you should leave the window open. But we'll see what the experts will say from the Reader's Digest when we get to that, okay? Plus, of course, we have the headline, sports, and other important information for you. What day is today? The motivation of the day. News of the weird. When are they going to update? They probably might update this Friday to go into next week. They probably took 2 weeks off, if anything, for that matter. And, of course, we have our ticker down on the bottom there. And we're looking at some pretty good stuff for today. So let's go ahead and get to the headline, sports, and other important information, starting, of course, with NPR. And let's go ahead and get ready for today's headlines for January 3rd, 2024. As the GOP moves to impeach Mayorkas, he urges Congress to fix a broken immigration system. Yeah, this doofus right here in the middle is Mayorkas. He's the guy who continually tells everybody that the border, there's nothing wrong with the border, everything's honky-dory, and that we should just believe what he says. No dice, my friend. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas spoke with NPR about the crisis at the southern border. He called the immigration system broken and urged Congress to pass legislation to fix it. No, sir, you need to go down to the border, look at it yourself, take responsibility for your actions, and go up there and give us a decent report. Stop putting crap out of your mouth and get ready for some heavy questioning. Because you, sir, can't sit on a stand to save your scrawny little bald-headed life. Okay? I'm bald too, but I'll tell the truth. You give it a bad name to everyone who has no hair. You all make people who have no hair liars, and I take offense to that because I sure as hell am not a liar there, Mr. Mayorkas. Yeah, I'm not and I don't care if you're a Homeland Security Secretary or not. I don't care how much power you think you have. Go down there, fix it yourself, and figure out a way to deport everybody who illegally crossed this country and is starting chaos at the border, okay? That's all I got to say about that. Let's move on. The Lancashire Heeler, gritty and smart, is the latest American kennel cub breed, the Lancashire Heeler. The organization announced that the rare herding breed is now eligible for thousands of dog shows, including the prominent Westminster Kennel Club show. Older Americans say they feel trapped in Medicare Advantage plans. As enrollment in Medicare Advantage plans grows, so do concerns about how well the insurance works, including from those who say they have become trapped in the private plans as their health declines. Some overlooked good news from 2023. 6 countries knocked out neglected diseases. In 2023, 6 nations were able to eliminate virtually all cases of at least one of the illnesses on the World Health Organization's priority list of neglected tropical diseases. Let's see if they can keep it in check. Several state capitals evacuated after bomb threats. The development comes just days before the third anniversary of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. You better beef up the security, boys. They're coming for you. Russia and Ukraine exchanged hundreds of prisoners of war in biggest release so far. Ukrainian authorities said 230 Ukrainian prisoners of war returned home in the first exchange in almost 5 months. Russia's defense ministry said 248 Russian servicemen have been freed. There they go again, just swapping people, thinking that's the best way to do it. Iran says 2 explosions have killed over 100 people, honoring an assassinated general. 2 explosions in southeastern Iran have killed more than 100 people and wounded over 200, according to Iran state media, which said Iranian officials call the blast a terrorist attack. Duh. You know, this is the funniest thing that I ever had thought about. A few years ago, I said, it will only take one person to go in there, disguise themselves as some same person, as an Iranian or a Palestinian or something, disguise their identity, put on a false face, a hitman of some sort, a vigilante, go in there and assassinate somebody. They've been talking about assassinations for centuries. Look at Abraham Lincoln getting assassinated. Look at John F. Kennedy getting assassinated. Assassinations work, but we assassinated the wrong people for the wrong reasons. These people in Iran need to be assassinated. The ones in Hamas, the one who got ousted, yeah. That's what happens when you screw around with the wrong people there. You will get your butt handed to you on a silver platter. And you're probably saying to yourself, Jason, you got no heart. I said, no, I have a heart. But I cannot stand when the head of a terrorist group is continuing to dominate, and then one of their boys gets attacked, and then they throw a temper tantrum like, how could you attack us? Oh, my God, we're supposed to take over and destroy the Israelites. Well, I think you might be getting destroyed there yourselves, Mr. and Mrs. Hamas Takarala. Yeah, Hamas. Yeah, Humosio. We're going to turn you into hummus. That's what we're going to do. You want to start eating hummus, may well tell the truth. But like I said, here we go. Top Hamas leader killed in Lebanon. Harvard president resigns. A senior Hamas leader is killed in an explosion in Beirut. Yes, it's true. There is no made-up story about it. It's the truth, and the Hamas people hate it. Well, you know what? Now you know what it feels like to get your butt handed to you on a silver platter there. And Harvard University President Claudine Gay resigned. Well, we knew she was going to resign, and you know why? Because she can't even go on and testify to the truth. She don't know what the truth is. I can't really explain the behavior of my students in my university there, but we don't tolerate it. If you don't tolerate it, why are they still demonstrating there? See, you got yourself in a heap of trouble there, Mrs. Gay, and now you had to resign because of plagiarism. But we know the real reason why you resigned, because you just can't handle the fact that your school is pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas, and basically is supporting terrorism. We all know that. And for that should be the reason why you should be ousted, not because of plagiarism. But they had to get something on her that looked legit, like it didn't have a tie-in with the Israel-Hamas war. But we all know the real reason, but they're not going to say that. Israel says withdrawal of some troops doesn't mean the conflict in Gaza is over. Speaking to troops in Gaza, Israel's defense minister said talk of ending operations in the Palestinian territory is wrong. Earlier, Israel said a senior Hamas leader has been killed in Lebanon. Yes. People in prison explain what music means to them and how they access it. 3 people incarcerated at prisons across the U.S. spoke to NPR's Morning Edition about how music helps them reconnect with the past, endure the present, and envision the future. I was hearing this morning as I woke up. You know what they give them? They give them tablets so that they can choose their own music. They give these prisoners access to their own little mini tablets so they can have their own choice of music in their cells. What more could you want? You want to be a prisoner? This is the way, man. You're going to live it up like a first-class person, and it's taxpayers' money, you know? And what to know about keeping children safe and warm in the car during the winter? A bulky winter coat underneath the car seat can pose dangers for children. Ahead of winter storms on the East Coast, here are some tips for optimal car safety. And she had a panic attack during preterm labor. Then a nurse stepped in. As Teresa Hernandez was about to go into preterm labor, she had a panic attack. The nurse put her hand on Hernandez's head to comfort her. She says she felt as if her mom was there. Biden campaign running like the fate of our democracy depends on it. What a joke. The president is expected to hold campaign events in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, and the Mother Emanuel AME Church in South Carolina, pushing back against extremism and political violence, of which this man right here, folks, has started it all. You want to talk about a loser? Here's your president right now begging and pleading, don't vote for Trump. We are going to have a dictator in the White House if you vote for Trump. Look, this is the man of a dictator. This is the face of a dictator right here, Joe Biden himself. If you don't think Joe Biden's a dictator and a communist and a commie and a slowy and a Slavi and everything but a true American, then you vote for this piece of shit. There you go. But if you want real democracy in this place, in this country, and you want your freedom and everything to go the way we had it 3-4 years ago, then vote for Trump or vote for the Republicans. Put your personal feelings aside, folks. If you hate Trump, that doesn't matter. What really matters is you know who's going to get the job done, and this palooka right here ain't going to get it done in another 4 years. He's going back to Delaware to sit in the sun, get his tan, and eat his wonderful little ice cream while the whole entire country suffers at the hands of this 82-year-old piece of garbage. There you go. Updated indictment adds details to bribery conspiracy charges against Senator Mendez. Yep. The indictment says the senator connected one of his co-defendants with a member of the Qatari royal family who invested in the businessman's multi-million-dollar real estate project, and he got caught. Yeah, he got caught, and so now he's got to testify. Stupid idiot, Senator Mendez. You know, really, there's corruption in all people, regardless of their power, their political crap, whatever the case, folks. You know, it goes all even higher up. If you get caught, then you know what you got to do. You got to now beg for mercy, lie yourself on the stand and say, yeah, there you go. Well, this guy right here has got to now tell the truth if he dares his life for it. We all know he's going to lie. He says, I have nothing to do with this. Yeah, whatever. Could January 6th decide the next election? Former president and likely Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has been kicked off primary ballots in Maine and Colorado, and his name on the ballot is being challenged in several other states across the country. All the challenges are based on the insurrection clause in the 14th Amendment and stem from Trump's involvement in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Now, what does that all mean? It means that people like this bitch right here has done the impossible. She, because of the 14th Amendment, and we stick to our guns on the amendment, right? There you go. Yep. Right on, sister. Well, when the U.S. Supreme Court overturns you and Colorado, then what are you going to do? You're going to whine and complain that his name is still on the ballot? Oh, please. Really? Okay, sure. Yeah. If you look pissed off now, you're going to be pissed off then when the man wins, okay? So just swallow your pride and get on with your life. And besides, make note of this, folks. Trump has never been arrested or never been found guilty of anything that they have tried him on, okay? In fact, there wasn't even allegations or accusations for that matter, or any indictments of that sort. So how could you say the man's an insurrectionist when he's never been found guilty of any of the crimes that he's been accused of, Sir Democrats? And for those would-be Republicans who hate Trump so much, I challenge you on that. Go back and see if he's ever been found guilty of any of the charges from the last 1.5 years. He's never been. So how can you say he's an insurrectionist? Stupid idiots. Really? Go look at the facts. If you choose not to accept the facts, then you're so far behind and you're so brain dead. And I have no faith for you. I have no faith for anyone of that attack. We got to move forward, grow up, and that's it. You got to do it. Acclaimed Mexican actor Ana Ofelia Maguire, voice of Mama Coco, dead at 90. She was a lauded actor with a decades-long career in film, television, and theater. She's best known in the U.S. for voicing the elderly matriarch in Coco. A Hamas leader is killed in an explosion in Beirut. Yes, and a senior official of the Palestinian militant group Hamas has been killed in what it believes, to be an Israeli strike in Lebanon, capital of Beirut. Israel has not taken responsibility, and they should not have taken responsibility. I'm telling you, it's an inside job. It was an attempted assassination that paid off. Somebody did it. And you know what? Hey, put the guy on trial, see if he comes through. What can I tell you? But for you Palestinians out there, let me tell you something. You really think that Hamas, once this war, if they annihilate all the Jews, are just going to stop and let you have your freedom? No. They will not stop until everybody is wiped out of the world, including yourself. So it's just like the bad guys in movies. They don't care who gets in their way. They will stop at nothing. Okay? The Hamas. So think about it the next time you go out there and protest about how great Hamas is, when in respective real-time life, folks, Hamas is nothing but a piece of garbage terrorist group, and they can raid my house. I don't care. You can say that I'm a Israeli lover. I've been a true Catholic, never changed, and I've always been for Israel because that's where the Holy Land is, and that's where Jesus is, and that's where God is. And if you're not with the Israelites, you are not a true Christian, and you sure as hell don't believe in God, you atheistic fools. Yeah, for that matter. And an Australian cyclist has died after being hit by a car. Police arrested her husband. Two-time Olympian and world champion cyclist Melissa Hoskins was struck outside her home near the city of Adelaide. Her husband, Rohan Dennis, has been charged. University President Claudine Gay resigns. The resignation comes after new plagiarism allegations surfaced, adding to the controversy surrounding the Harvard president in recent weeks. But we know that the plagiarism was not only the one thing that got her resignation. Folks, she cannot, for the love of God, tell the truth on a Senate hearing when asked the hard questions. She is going to lie, she is going to deny, and she's going to continually stand behind Harvard and those people and not let them, not stop anybody. Oh, we believe in freedom of the speech. Yeah, well, when it's freedom of speech against an enemy, really, you really got to think about that. How much of a true patriot are you, Ms. Gay? I wonder. I really wonder about that. 9 ways to get healthier in 2024 without trying very hard. Well, last year, NPR's health reporters dug into the science of healthy living, and here are 9 things they learned that can help you embrace small shifts with big payoffs in the year ahead. After a grueling 2023, here are 4 predictions for media in 2024. Lengthy strikes, layoffs, hikes in subscription fees. It was a long year in media. TV critic Eric Degens looks ahead at what's coming next, and believe it or not, it's not all bad. Well, there you have it, folks. The headlines for today, January 3rd, 2024. And I gave fair warning to everybody last week that when we come into this new week, we're going to hit hard with the headlines, folks. We didn't do it for a whole week. We actually gave you a break. But remember, it's a new year. It's a new outlook. And those who are opposed to me speaking my mind on it, like I said, I challenge any of you guys who don't agree with what I've got to say. Please come on the show and tell me to my face and the entire DMS 3000 News people, the audience, what a fool I am to believe that, how I think and how I feel. I would love to have somebody who opposes me so badly. Is there anybody out there that wants to step up to the plate? Please do. Because then we can have an honest debate and let it all and get it off our chest. Till then, if you're not going to come through, then you are a coward and you basically are wrong. Because as far as I'm concerned, even though it says what it says on those headlines, You got to go with what you believe in, and I am standing behind my beliefs. There you go. You're not going to change me. You're not going to sway me. And as far as I'm concerned, the president can go rot in the Lake Titicaca. So that's I really don't care about President Biden, and don't get me started with him because he is a coward and a pussy as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's go to NBA scores here. Get on the ball here. We've got some let's see. Yeah. All right. What was that? Yesterday? Today? Okay. All right. So yesterday, 76ers over the Bulls, 110-97. It was the Thunder upsetting the Celtics, 127-123. Pelicans beat the Nets, hold them to 85 points. The Nets look sick right now, 112-85. Terrible. No excuses. I don't know what's going on with these Brooklyn Nets, folks. If I had some time on in the important information, I would pretty much look Jacques Vaughn in the face and say, "What the hell are you doing? You have dropped so many games. You're 15-19 and 34 games, and you are stuck on 15. What are you doing?" And don't give me the excuse, Nets fans, we're not 100%. Baloney. We're playing all these people here that have not played. Where is Ben Simmons? Where are the guys that are supposed to step up for this team? Huh? As a true diehard Brooklyn Nets fan, I myself do not accept this kind of losing. Do not accept it one bit. So that's my rant on it. Grizzlies 106, Spurs 98. The Magic lose to the Warriors 121-115, and the Hornets defeat the Kings 111-104. Tonight's games, 7 o'clock, Wizards at the Cavaliers. It's the Bucks at the Pacers. 7:30, the Thunder will face the Hawks in Atlanta. Face off with the Pelicans at the Timberwolves at 8 o'clock. Nets will host the Rockets in Houston at 8. Raptors at Grizzlies. And at 8:30, Trailblazers at Mavericks. Bulls at the Knicks at the Garden at 8:30. That's a late game. Clippers and Suns at 9. Pistons at the Jazz at 9. 10 o'clock, the Magic will take on Sacramento. And the Heat will take on the Lakers in LA at 10 o'clock tonight. Let's go to NHL. Pull up the scores there. Get on the ball here. We got, let's see, got some games a lot of games from yesterday. Bruins beat the Blue Jackets 4-1. It was the Hurricanes defeating the Rangers in the Garden 6-1. Capitals over the Penguins 4-3. Canadians over the Stars 4-3 in Dallas. Flames beat the Wild 3-1. It was the Predators shutting out the Blackhawks 3-0. The Jets over the Lightning 4-2. The Oilers beat the Philly Flyers 5-2. It was the Panthers over the Coyotes 4-1. Avalanche take care of the Islanders in OT at 5-4. Both get a point apiece because of the overtime. Canucks 6, Senators 3. It was the Red Wings over the Sharks 5-3 in San Jose, and the Maple Leafs take care of the Kings 3-0. Tonight's games, 2 of them. Devils at the Capitals at 7:30, and the Maple Leafs and the Ducks will face off in Anaheim at 9 o'clock tonight. There you have it, folks. Sports. And getting towards the end of this first half hour, some important information to pass on for you. All of our shows on the David 3000 Network resume their regular scheduled recordings next Monday. So I would like to announce right now that Scott Michaels and Scott Egbert, you are to report to Game Room 1 on Monday at 8 o'clock for Tic-Tac-Dough to decide who is going to be the overall champion. And then Luna Franco, you are to report to Game Room number 1 on Discord and defend your title. Okay. And then Scott Hivix, Scott Hivix, you are to report at 9 o'clock for Blockbusters to take on the challenger that we will provide for you. Okay? So if you'd like to be a contestant on Joker's Wild, Tic-Tac-Dough, or Blockbusters next Monday, drop us a line to the David 3000 Network. Get in touch with David St. Dennis or myself, and we will put you on whatever show you would like to be on. So that is that. Plus, there's going to be some pilots made for some new game shows tonight at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Brandon Martin is going to be taking on a pilot of Caesar's Challenge and the Challengers. I think he's doing Caesar's Challenge tonight as well. So that'll be at 8 o'clock on Discord if you'd like to go in there. I'm guessing he's got contestants ready to go because he hasn't mentioned anything of that. But do check it out. If you like the pilot, then Caesar's Challenge will be on the game show lineup at a further time. We need contestants for Card Sharks, contestants for Plinko. We also need contestants for Wheel of Fortune. We need them for the 2 pilots for Pitflow and Now You See It. We need a whole bunch of contestants coming up in February. More information passed on to you as well. And if you have not seen me and David St. Dennis giving the schedule for this 2024, do check it out. Find out what's going on, what programs are going to be there. We've announced everything as far as that is concerned. We're not going to have any new mandatory meetings for all of our viewers and listeners. That'll be in May. So that'll be long ways down before we even get to the summer schedule. That's all I have for right now is important information for that. When we come back, we're going to look at the ways 6 to 10 of how to be happier, the proven ways to boost your mood and feel more connected and content. We'll be back right after this.
A presidential hopeful reveals his cabinet.
My cabinet will be filled with honesty, integrity, and real satisfaction. 9 lives. What would you expect from a finicky president?
Vote 9 lives, a more satisfying choice.
Peter, do we ever cover steak with ketchup? Hamburger is steak, chalk steak, so we use
A1 steak sauce.
It makes hamburgers taste like
Steak burgers.
Don't cover it. Discover it with A1.
Sister.
It all started back when I was a kid on Melmac, and my name was Gordon Shumway. Actually, I prefer Alf.
It's new storytelling Alf.
Say on Melmac, no tabby burger.
He sings, he moves, he tells stories, and even knock-knock jokes, with lots of uproarious cassettes to choose from.
I'll tell you, kiddo, I'm just having too much fun. Ha!
Storytelling Alf. Extra cassettes sold separately. Batteries not included. New from Coleco.
What is the problem?
The new machine is acting up.
The bars are bigger.
Yeah, bigger.
What do you suggest?
As your immediate supervisor, I needn't tell you the procedure.
Call the boss.
That's correct.
You can only know how much he likes that machine.
It's his baby.
Rules are rules.
Call the boss.
Correct.
You know, he dedicated that machine to his mother.
I think you were on vacation. He loves it very much.
Any suggestions?
Introducing bigger Mounds and bigger Almond Joy. The chocolate's bigger, the coconut's bigger, everything's bigger.
Alfie, the L's are gone from our alphabet.
Must be Nasty McEvil. Let's get him. Post alphabet cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast. It's doggone good.
Now you can play with 2 new Alfie rescue scenes with alphabet stickers.
Look, Nasty, silly me. No, I won't. Here comes Alfie. Ribbit, snibbit.
1 set of stickers in each specially marked box of post-alphabet cereal.
Come on, you guys. Only a little. Hungry Giant.
Hungry for a big honey dash.
Big things, honeycomb, big things. Honeycomb big. Yeah.
It's not small.
No. Honeycomb time. Big honeycomb. Big crunch. Big fine. Honeycomb cereal. Part of this big, complete breakfast. Honeycomb big fine. Help! Who's been wrong?
Stop, evildoers. Introducing super stretching superhero Stretch Armstrong. Yes, Stretch Armstrong. Now stretching fun farther than ever before. He bends, he stretches, even ties and knots, but always returns to his original shape. How'd he do that? He's been doing that since he was a kid. Stretch Armstrong from Cat Toys. Who else?
Discover a world beyond your wildest dreams. Discover Atari. Pioneers in coin video games like Centipede, Tempest, and Asteroids that challenge you, excite you, test you like never before. Discover the Atari that opened your eyes to the world's most popular home video games like Space Invaders, Missile Command, and Warlords. Discover the Atari that brought you a home computer truly designed for the home. Sophisticated for advanced needs, yet simple enough for your child to use. Compose music, play advanced games, manage your finances, all at the touch of a button. Discover Atari. And discover how far you can go.
All right, it's time now to look at the 6 to 10 of the 30 ways to be happier and the proven ways to boost your mood and feel more connected and content. We looked at 1 to 5 yesterday, so let's go ahead and look at ways 6 through 10 in this short 15-minute segment here. Number 6 on the ways of to feel more happy and to feel more content and how to go ahead and, be not so miserable is to let go of grudges. Right. We're fragile, which means it's always possible for us to hurt one another. And we're fallible, which means we're prone to let one another down in 1,000 different ways, says McAnally Lins. Now, combine those two facts, and it means that forgiveness is an essential part of even the smoothest relationships and of healing and happiness. This is also true when it comes to forgiving yourself, he adds. But forgiving a wrong can be easier said than done, especially when the hurt runs deep and or long. And the good news is that forgiveness isn't just something that magically happens. It's a skill you can work on, he says. Make it a goal to learn how to forgive. Read books, listen to podcasts, talk to a therapist or loved one, research philosophy and religion, or meditate on forgiveness. And if you're the one in the wrong, it's equally important to know how to apologize meaningfully. It keeps going here. People mistakenly think their feelings control their minds, when really the opposite is true. Your mind informs your feelings, and you actually have far more control than you might think, says Dr. Waldinger. For instance, getting caught in a rainstorm may make you feel miserable for the rest of the day, bemoaning your bad luck and wet shoes. You may think something like, why me? Nothing ever goes right for me. But you aren't at the mercy of your feelings, and you can choose to think about it in a different way. You could laugh about it. Yes, I don't have to shower today. See it as a blessing. We really did need the moisture. Or put it into a more realistic perspective. Yes, I'm damp, and that's no fun, but next time I'll remember my umbrella. And here are more pro tips on how to think yourself happier. Number 7 is to look on the bright side. When we choose a positive attitude, our perspective can undergo a subtle shift, and now we're open to more possibilities, says Dr. Waldinger. Not a natural optimist? Well, he offers 4 simple tips to boost your positivity. First, tune into difficult feelings instead of ignoring them. Second, notice when things are going better than you expected. Third, consciously look for the good in other people, especially your loved ones. And fourth, allow yourself to be open to the possibility of being surprised by happy things happening in your life. Number 8, count your blessings. Yeah, expressing gratitude is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to instantly feel happier, says Dr. Waldinger. Grateful people are happy people because they notice all the good in their lives and are less likely to compare themselves with others. Ready to get started? Send a thank you note, start a gratitude journal, or try one of these other tips for practicing gratitude that will have you feeling happier in no time. And define your non-negotiables. Non-negotiables are any deeply held beliefs that are so important to you that you will not compromise them. It's a bold statement about what truly matters most to you, says Rubin. And when you define yours, all other decisions in your life become easier to make. allowing you to feel happier and more fulfilled. For example, say one of your non-negotiables is that you will never go into debt, then it makes cutting up your credit card a no-brainer. And finally, number 10, discover your motivation. And before you can find your how to happiness, you must first know your why, says McNally Linds. Motivations is both about understanding why you want to make changes for the better and finding the energy to make those changes happen. Discerning your own motivations can feel easier said than done, though, and one of his top tips, discuss your goals and the desires behind them with a loved one. Often they can help you see things in a new way. Sometimes just saying it out loud is enough to help you clarify what you're looking for, he says. And there you have it. Another 5 of the great ways you can be more happier and more content in your life. We'll look at 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 on tomorrow's program. Should be a good one. When we come back, we'll look at the next article in our list of fantastic stuff. We have a review for you. This person tried the Miller air purifier, and my house has never felt so clean. We'll get that story for you when we come back on more of DMS 3000 News right after this.
On some Atari Lynx games, you can link up 4 players. But there's only ever one winner. Atari Lynx, the portable video arcade. The Atari Lynx sound quality is so good, it makes every game seem more realistic. Atari Lynx, the portable video arcade.
From the Masters of the Universe collection.
Get up, Battlebones!
The collector case that carries more than warriors, more than weapons. Your parents put it together.
To battle!
Battlebones can also help you carry on the struggle. The struggle for...
all the power in the universe!
The Battlebones collector carry case from Mattel, each toy sold separately.
I have a friend with a drinking problem. Maybe you do too. Now her excuse is everyone's doing it. Well, that's not true. Everyone isn't doing it. Think for yourself. Be smart. Don't start.
You're in the big league. When you make a perfect play, you're in the big league. When you keep the team alive, you're in the big league. When you block a shot or two, you're in the big league. When you're in the big league chew.
Big League Chew, man-sized wads of great tasting shredded bubble gum stuffed into a giant Stay Fresh pouch. For Big League flavor and Big League bubbles, it's Big League Chew.
You're in the big league. When you're in the big league chew.
Hey, how you doing? How are you? Not bad. Hi, I'm kind of hungry. Are you? Yes. That's good, because look over there. What? You see what I see? Whoa, double cheeseburgers. Exactly. Watch this. You're going to like this. Here we go. Coming through, playing through, fellas. Watch your back. What? Got it. Thank. Not bad.
Burger King BK Doubles, featuring the barbecue bacon double cheeseburger and the new salsa double with jalapeno cheese. BK Doubles, only at Burger King.
Aha! Hey, you got it. Congratulations.
Give me that. I like to keep myself sparkling clean and fresh. Now, if you want all-day freshness, there's this concentrated cleaner called Blue. Just pop Blue in the tank, and every time I flush, I get a Blue detergent rinse that helps clean and deodorize me for up to a month. The tablet dissolves, so there's no dripping mess to remove, and my fingers don't get stained. I tell you, Blue makes me feel brand new. Try concentrated Blue. It's the simplest bowl cleaner yet.
Every time folks eat Super Fruity Bonkers fruit candy, it makes a big hit. Know why Bonkers is so super fruity? It's got a chewy fruity outside with an extra fruity inside. Makes me want to eat it up.
Bonkers bonks you out.
Thumb candy.
Remember me? I'm the kid that had a report due on space. Then I got the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
He had a report due on space, and then he got the new Encyclopedia...
I think I made that abundantly clear.
Yes.
Anyhow, here it is. I mean, hey, everybody knows this is the greatest encyclopedia in the world. Help me get a B+.
Why not an A?
Too long. I found so much great information I put it all in. Overkill. The next report I did was for my science class on the human body. Scored an A.
Good.
Look at this. I always wondered where my mandibula was.
Mm-hmm. For details on how you can own the new Encyclopedia Britannica,
Let's have that 800 number. Excellent.
just call this number and we'll send you this free booklet.
Tell them about the gift.
And just for previewing Britannica in your home, we'll give you this 3-volume desk reference set.
This is like having your own research library at home.
Yes. So if you would be interested in owning the new Encyclopedia Britannica...
Don't press. They see the phone number. If they want to, they'll call.
I guess you're right.
Trust me.
Welcome back to DMS 3000 News. Episode 97 is here, and we hope that you are having a fantastic New Year's week as we're still in the New Year's mode. And this coming weekend, if you have not noticed that the wise men are still on the path to the baby Jesus. So Three Kings Day is this weekend, mind you. It's technically January 6th, but for us Christian Catholic and anyone who believes in the manger scene, it's also on the 7th. So it's Epiphany Sunday this weekend. So, keep your manger set out. If you've put away your tree, at least keep your manger set out. That's for sure. So Rachel Phillips reviewed this Miller air purifier. She says it's a smart appliance that gives an in-depth look into your home's air quality and leaves it feeling fresh and clean. Wow. Let's see what she has to say as this was updated on November 21st of last year. This is what the thing looks like. Wow. Well, when it comes to air quality, many of us have no idea what's going on inside our homes. Well, thankfully, the best air purifiers can turn that around, and they're designed to remove dust, dander, and odors, leaving you with a clean and fresh-smelling home. As someone who suffers from seasonal allergies and owns 2 crazy small terrier dogs, I couldn't wait to get my hands on the Miller air purifier to see just how well it worked. With a range of custom filters, Miller says that this air purifier is designed with real air-breathing humans in mind. It also claims to remove odors associated with pets. I love my dogs, but they don't always smell the sweetest. I'll do anything to get rid of dog smells in my home. As a journalist who covers home appliances, I've tried plenty of regular air purifiers and air purifiers for pets in the past. They've made little impact, but the Miller air purifier offers something different. Its smart technology is impressive, and it tells you more about the air quality within your home than you ever thought you'd need to know. Allow me to share my findings with you with my Miller air purifier review. So what is it? Well, the Miller air purifier is a smart air purifier that delivers a guaranteed level of clean air, removes up to 99.97% of airborne particles as small as 0.3 microns. It attacks threats you can't see, such as smoke, pollen, dust, and pet dander. A carbon filter removes odors and VOCs, volatile organic compounds. So think cooking smells, wet dog smells, or even damp, or mold odors. Wow. Yeah. The Miller air purifier isn't just another boring appliance. I want to hide it away. It doubles as home decor thanks to the unique design. But it's super stylish, looks pale in comparison to all its cool features. An LED screen shows real-time clean air information, and the mobile app allows you to see what's going on in your home from anywhere. I could use the app to operate the air purifier and swap between scheduled cleaning modes. I also love that there's nothing to assemble. The Miller air purifier is ready to use right out of the box. Just download the Miller Cares app to your phone and connect it to your internet. The Miller air purifier just comes in one model, but there are plenty of personalization features. 7 filters match my lifestyle needs. I tested out Basic Breather, which is a good all-rounder for achieving clean, fresh air. If having to choose the right filter overwhelms you, don't worry. The website is almost as intuitive as the smart app. Yep. And let's see. For a small, compact appliance, the air purifier comes jam-packed with cool features and different ways to view your data, which if you're a stats geek like me, you'll absolutely love. It's my secret to having a clean home. There are 2 ways to use the Miller air purifier, manual or automatic. In manual mode, you're in control of fan speed. Set it as high or as low as you like. Auto Magic mode offers more customization. Set a wake and sleep time, then select one of the modes to operate between these times. These modes include Bubble Boy, where Milla will do whatever it can to keep the room particle free, regardless of the fan speed. And this isn't the best mode if you're working or trying to relax. Depending on your air quality, it can get a little loud. Energy saving mode turns screens and fans off once AQI readings reach 0. And as with any good air purifier, Milla uses 4.2 M2 of certified HEPA alongside 1 pound of granular active carbon in their filters. HEPA filtration is the only proven technology guaranteed to remove airborne particles. Still, the carbon is what gets rid of household odors and harmful VOCs from the air and surfaces. And when carbon dioxide levels get too high, they can cause a range of different health issues. The purifier is also the first one of its kind with a built-in sensor for carbon monoxide. Humidity filters monitor the moisture in the air, giving you a heads up when it goes over 55%. If you're in the room, Milla will detect it and quieten it down, ramping up its efforts when you leave so it doesn't disturb or disrupt the peace. Uses a HEPA filter to capture and remove over 99% of airborne particles. As small as 0.3 microns, sensor-controlled cleaning, detects people or animals in the room, selection of pre-programmed modes. Smart technology operates the air purifier, displays personal data, and the list goes on and on and on. Well, this is how they tested it. They tested it for 2 weeks in different rooms around her home, and the main 3 spaces were my living room, my dining room, which opens into my kitchen, and my bedroom. My experience with air purifiers in the past is that they're big, bulky, and heavy. Yeah, the Milla air purifier was different right off the bat. When it arrived, I was surprised to see just how small and compact the box was. I expected a lengthy setup. After all, this isn't an all-inclusive air purifier with smart capabilities, which sounds complicated, right? Well, the setup was easy. I downloaded the app, and it walked me through a couple of steps to connect the Milla to my Wi-Fi connection, and that was it. No complicated assembly, no frustrating connection process. And as I mentioned earlier, I have 2 terrier dogs. They're cute, fluffy, and smell pretty bad at times. I confess that when it comes to my own home, I fear I could be slightly noseblind. But sometimes no amount of mopping and air fresheners will get rid of that stinky dog stench. So the first place I tried this air purifier was in my bedroom. It's a carpeted area, and smells do tend to hold on to the fibers regardless of my cleaning schedule. I placed the Milla in the bedroom and let it calibrate so it knew the size of the room it was working with. I closed the door and popped it into housekeeping mode, which gives the room a thorough clean when no one is around. This wasn't a quiet mode, as it sounded like there was a jet engine about to take off from my bedroom. But boy, did it do its job. Entering the room just a couple of hours later, it smelled so clean, fresh, and light. And I've been suffering from a cold for the last few weeks with a really annoying cough. I left this air purifier on turn-down mode before I went to bed for an intense clean an hour before bedtime. I slept so soundly that I didn't wake up once coughing. The air felt so fresh, my congestion cleared, and I found it easy to get comfortable and drift off to sleep. It's a quick-acting cleaning product that I can take into any room. I also tested it in my dining room, which is attached to my kitchen. And while I'm cooking, all the smells and smoke naturally drift into that room. It did a really good job of recognizing as soon as I started to cook. A notification on my phone told me that the AQIs and VOCs were rising because I left it on auto magic mode. It battled hard to bring those levels back down to a normal range, and totally eliminated any trace of cooking smells, even the strong smell of curry on one evening. If you love to know what's going on in your own home, you'll love the Milla. I found myself checking the app often to find out whether my humidity levels were good, how the AQIs were, and what the indoor temp was looking like. That last feature is super handy if you have a smart thermostat, because you can raise or lower it when it hits a specific temperature. The app is not only super simple to use, but it's really nicely laid out. I could easily switch room type if I was planning on moving the appliance from room to room. It automatically calibrates as soon as it's plugged in so that you get a personalized clean. There's also a setting on the app that gives a complete rundown of all the specifics of the room's air quality. I use the Bubble Boy housekeeping and turn down service programs the most, although I did try it out in manual mode a few times to see if it made any difference. But for me, I like that the air purifier tells me what my ideal room environment should be and adjusts the fans accordingly without too much interference. The filter is easy to remove and change. It's recommended these are changed every 6 months to keep your Miele working to the best of her ability, of course. But I tested it out for a couple weeks, so I didn't need to change the filter. I did pull it out, though, to have a good look at how easy it will be to replace. Here's the spoiler. It couldn't be easier. It is worth noting that when you get the machine, don't forget to remove the filter and take off the plastic coating before it gets to work. The pros: user-friendly smart app, one of the highest CADRs, or the clean air delivery rate, on the market, excellent range of cleaning modes, easy to change the filters, and the filters can be personalized, and white noise mode. The cons: it can be expensive to replace filters twice a year. Too much data can be overwhelming for some, and there is a high price point. Here's an FAQ. How long do the air filters for the air purifier last? The life of the filter depends on the usage. However, it is recommended that you change the filter every 6 months to maintain the best performance. And when it comes to filters, there are 7 unique filters to address specific needs. The basic breather is a great all-rounder if you're not sure what you need. The big sneeze is the one for you if you suffer from allergies, and the rookie parent is for little ones who are building their immune system and need a little help. Then there's the critter cuddler, which is perfect for anyone with animals, as it has an extra heavy-duty carbon filter included to get rid of the odors. The home wrecker is best if you're doing lots of DIY projects, as it'll quickly get rid of those new home smells like paint and carpets. And finally, there is the Mama-to-Be filter with an H14 HEPA filter for ultimate protection and smell relief, and the Overreactor, which will tackle anything hanging about in the air with ease. Are Miele air purifier filters washable? No, you can't wash the filters. However, if you do want to extend the life of your filter, there are washable socks that work as pre-filters to capture larger particles. You'll still have to replace the filter at around the 6-month point if you use it daily. And does it get rid of mold? Well, Miele will track humidity levels in your room and predict when it's at risk for mold. It'll even tell you how many days it'll take for toxic mold to be visible if you don't take action. But while the air purifier helps remove mold spores from the air, which prevents them from reproducing and spreading throughout the home, it can't treat active mold that's already present. What other reviewers had to say? We put the unit into our 12 by 14 foot bedroom, and the difference is really noticeable. 5-star reviewer Carl A. Trapini writes, I don't sneeze in the bedroom anymore. The app was easy to install on 2 iPhones. It tells about noticeable spikes in poor air quality and then takes steps automatically to improve it. I set up our unit to work on auto mode, and it does all the work. Also very, very quiet. We don't even notice it is running other than a slight breeze coming out of the top. I highly recommend. And A. Booth, another 5-star reviewer, loves how well Miele cleans the air. It is super quiet and color-coded. The color of the slight glow tells you what your air quality is. It is slim and attractive enough without being distracting. I feel it has helped with my allergies and certainly helps with 2 dogs. Miele is simply the best. She's so intuitive. On the first day, the AQI in my bedroom was almost 300, writes Jenna Bingham, a reviewer from Northern California. With the combination of turning on the heat and using tap water in my diffuser, I was coughing a lot. Miele worked hard that day, and I helped her by switching to distilled water and changed my furnace filters. After 2 days, my AQI came down to 0. And there are so many settings to choose from, not in an overwhelming way. She's really quiet. She's really quite delightful. I'm sleeping better than ever, and my morning cough is gone. I'm so happy that I'm ordering another one to put in my living area. Well, the final verdict is the Miele air purifier is a breath of fresh air for any household. It's a great cleaning gift. I'll admit that when I first read about it, I thought it was all hype, like everybody else. But almost every claim has turned out to be completely true. It's everything you could want in an air purifier and more. It looks sleek and stylish so that it won't stick out against your decor. It's super easy to set up and use, and most importantly, it did a fabulous job at cleaning the air. Because Miele keeps an eye up on what the air quality is like at all times, you can really see it working. And since using this air purifier in my home, I have found I've slept better, and my cold and sinuses issues have disappeared. The air just feels so much lighter. I live in an old home, so dampness, mold, and condensation are regular visitors. I do use a dehumidifier to keep these at bay, but using the Miele really makes a difference in how fresh the house feels. It feels super clean and breezy. For anyone with pets, this will do a good job of getting rid of those pet odors, even if you think your home doesn't have them. And where to buy this thing? Well, if you're ready to clear the air and breathe better, you can get a hold of the Miele air purifier from Amazon or from Miele directly. It's one of those house cleaning investments you won't regret. And there you have it, folks. The Miele air purifier in all its glory. Do check it out on Amazon. And if you think that you would like to buy one, then go ahead and buy one. We here on the show are not promoting this particular product, but we're merely giving you someone else's review as they have tried this product out. You've read it, and if you're interested, check it out to see how much it really costs and see if you think there might be other alternatives. I have in my home a thing called the Clarifion, which is a small thing that you plug in, and a little blue light basically takes all of the bad ions and negatively charged particles and brings them down to the surface, and the air in the room actually feels cleaner, smells great, and it takes care of everything for you. So choose your weapons to see what you might want to work with. And if you decide on this air purifier, let us know how it does. Do leave those 5-star ratings, or your feedback is very important and vital to the company's future investments to see if they can continue with this great product. All right, coming up next on the program, it's 2 minutes before 5 o'clock, and our final article of the day is, should you leave a window open in the wintertime? Well, it is winter right now, and should you leave that window open, or should you keep it closed? We'll give you the answers to that very important question when we come back right after this.
Saturday on Give Me a Break, Nell finds out that Joe. Saturday on Give Me a Break, Nell finds out that Joey's an IQ genius.
Now run along and think.
But is Joey in tune with that idea? Then on the Facts of Life, Andy overhears Mrs. Garrett's juiciest secret.
Is this about me? I can't say.
Will he tell all?
Get your mind out of the gutter, Natalie.
Be there Saturday.
Monkey! Rainbow Bright has a new cereal with fruit flavor and bright colors.
Colors? Let's see. New Rainbow Bright brand cereal. Sweet fruity rainbows of bright color. A yummy part of this complete breakfast. That aisle? Mirko! A gloom cloud. No match for Rainbow Bright. Oh, no!
We're full of colors.
Idiot, we hate color. No mirked out breakfast for us. Fruit flavor, colorful bites. Rainbow Bright. You work so hard, now have some fun. And yum it up with a new kind of bubble yum. Lemon and lime at the same time. Two flavors in one. Strawberry and banana combined in one bubble yum. You're working hard, now have some fun. Yum it up with bubble yum bubble gum.
I love yum it up. Two flavors in one. New luscious lime and banana berry split.
Yum it up with bubble yum.
More children in this country are killed and crippled from car crashes than any disease. We have a cure.
seatbelts.
A message from your Shriners Hospitals.
You know, kids, the kitchen ain't a playground. There's a lot of danger hiding in here. That dangling cord can be a disaster. Especially if they grab hold and yank me.
My cord should be up.
Hey, you said it. Keep dangling cords out of reach. Delicious cookies can be a tempting treat.
I should be over there.
Keep goodies away from heat so kids don't get more than a treat. There's a lot of things in here that can burn you. By itself, it's harmless, but filled with scalding hot water.
I just wait for a child to grab my handle, then.
Uh-oh, a really bad burn. So to stay out of hot water, keep those pot handles turned in.
Watching TV is fun, but reading a good book will complete the picture.
What are you reading? Oh, nothing.
When a good TV show makes you want to find out more, find it in a book. TV and books work together to really take you places.
To find out how, write KidsNet.
Now, it's here. The excitement, the adventure of a new force at breakfast.
We'll call them C-3POs.
New C-3PO cereal from Kellogg's. Twin rings, phase together. For 2 crunches in every double O. A delicious part of this nutritious breakfast. Now you can experience the taste of Kellogg's C-3POs. A crunchy new force at breakfast.
May the force be with you.
Well, Ali Childress is going to answer the question of should you leave a window open in the wintertime, as this article was from last year in December, right before the beginning of Christmas time. It's freezing out. Do you open a window? Experts weigh in on this controversial practice. So let's see what they have to say. Well, nights are getting chilly. Leaves are falling and days are growing shorter. Winter is just around the corner. For some of you, that means winterizing your home, making soups and crusty warm breads, and tucking in for a long, cold winter. Others laugh in the face of a few snowflakes and a stiff north wind. You like fresh air. I'm in the latter camp. I'd rather wear mittens indoors than feel claustrophobic and stuffy. Most of the year, you'll find my windows open, and I wait a long time before turning on my furnace. But is leaving a window open year-round a good idea? I talked to heating, ventilation, and air conditioning HVAC expert Brad Roberson, president of AirServe, and Alan Rathy, director of the Indoor Health Council, to find out. Well, benefits of leaving a window open. Great news. There are plenty of benefits to letting fresh air into your home. Rathy says houses built in the last 50 years are much more airtight than ones built prior to the oil embargoes of the 1970s. That makes newer homes more energy efficient, but there's a downside. Less fresh air exchange. Air that used to vent through drafty windows, doors, and attics now simply recirculates through your home. Throwing open a window to exchange stale air offers several specific benefits. Improved air quality. Opening a window can reduce indoor air pollutants like carbon dioxide, vapors from cleaning products, and cooking fuel byproducts. And dry winter air can do a number on your skin and lungs. Fresh air can help regulate indoor humidity levels, Roberson says, preventing excessive dryness. And even with a Ranger hood or exhaust fan, cooking smells permeate every nook and cranny of your home. If you've ever lived over a restaurant, you know what I'm talking about. And darkness at 5 p.m. can be kind of depressing, but opening a window may help. Some people find fresh air invigorating, Roberson says, and it can help improve your mood and overall sense of well-being. Should you leave a window open year-round? Well, that depends on your specific circumstances and preferences. Leaving a window open year-round is generally not advisable, Roberson says. In the winter, it's usually more energy efficient to keep windows closed to conserve heat, while in the summer, you might want to open windows to ventilate your home. When you open the window, your HVAC unit kicks in to make up for the loss of heat or cool air that escapes, and that can reduce the energy efficiency of your unit, Roberson says, and raise your energy bill. You may decide the fresh air benefits outweigh a slight bump in cost, however. And if you're trying to improve indoor air quality, control humidity, or simply enjoy the benefits of fresh air, opening a window occasionally may be helpful, Roberson says. The key is to strike a balance, ensuring that it doesn't lead to excessive heat loss or discomfort. Using a window briefly during the milder winter days can help achieve the benefits without causing your HVAC system to work excessively hard. Remember, too, that your wallet and HVAC system aren't all that take a hit from wasted heat. Fossil fuel consumption directly contributes to climate change, so be judicious. So leave a window open in winter if window openers were in the clear at least some of the time. If it's a beautiful Texas day and you want some fresh air, turn off your HVAC and enjoy. But in Minnesota, if you're snuggled under the blankets and want to crack open the window while you sleep, up to you. There is no one size fits all when it comes to our indoor spaces, Rathie says. Let climate, humidity, air quality, and other factors specific to you and your family inform your decision. You can leave a window open in the winter, Roberson says, but it's important to be selective about when and where. Consider leaving a window open in stuffy or humid rooms, like kitchens and bathrooms benefit from fresh air exchange by a reduction in odors and moisture. But it's best to keep your indoor relative humidity between 35% and 55%. An inexpensive temperature and relative humidity meter can help show impacts from a slightly opened window, Rathie says, and flag you to close it when too much damp or cold air enters. Now, air pollution contains volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, which are harmful to your lungs. And when you allow fresh air into your home, Rathie says, dilution of VOC may reduce impacts to those with chemical sensitivities, unless the outdoor air is more polluted than inside. So check your local air quality index at airnow.gov to make sure. It's very important. We don't ever think about air quality. We just think of how humid it might be in some circumstances. So, give your HVAC a break by taking advantage of good weather and natural heat from the sun. If you're sensitive to airborne allergens and dust, ventilating may reduce these contaminants, Rathie says. Pay attention to humidity, though. Mold spores proliferate in wetter environments. And if your windows have locks, an open window can be an entry point for intruders, Roberson says, especially when you're asleep or not at home. Rathie says putting sash locks on your windows, allowing them to open a few inches and no more, can mitigate security concerns. And there you have it, folks. The truth about whether or not you should leave your windows open during the wintertime. Not bad. Here in Florida, since we've had some cold weather over the course of just about, 2 or 3 weeks, and the Christmas time has passed on, and we're in the first week of the new year, we have gotten our share of some cold weather at night. It would be nice to open those windows and let the nice cool breeze come in and kind of like clean out the house. But when you've got the heater on, kind of defeats the purpose. So even though we sleep with fans to keep it cool a little bit, we always like that heat to kind of just counterbalance it and make it a very smooth transition from cold to hot. And usually we keep the thermostat about 77, between 77 and 80, and it just kind of fluctuates. And then when we have to turn the heat on, we'll raise it up to 80 or 81 to get it hot, and then bring it down when the temperatures are a little bit cooler. Whatever the case, do what works best for you when it comes to heating and cooling your home, so that way you can not only save on your electric bill, but you'll also keep all of your family, and especially your dog, happy as well. It's 5:10, and when we come back, we forgot to do the motivation of, not the motivation of the day, but what day is today, so we'll look at that and a brief motivation of the day as well. All of this and more as we wrap up episode 97 right after this.
Honey, are you playing with your food again?
If I take one bowl of Captain Crunch's peanut butter cereal, part of this balanced breakfast, and I add another bowl of Captain Crunch's peanut butter cereal, what have I got?
A happy elephant.
That sums it up.
I got guinea pigs, horses, elephants.
Captain Crunch cereal brings you 3 fun new animal stamp albums.
He hops 40 miles per hour.
There's one Smedley Zoo Pals, or CB's Farm Animals, or Captain's House Pets in each specially marked box of Captain Crunch.
Introducing Casey, the tape player with personality.
He makes it nice, he talks to you.
Hi, my name is Casey.
Casey, it's amazing the things you can do.
Casey tells stories and jokes too. And milk, Casey. What do you get when you mix 2 ducks with 1 cow? Quackers and milk. Casey, you're amazing. Casey plays your tapes too. Batteries not included.
Santa Claus will be here real soon.
Casey, you're amazing. Casey comes with activity book and cassette from Play School. Other cassettes sold separately.
Jake Rockwell, Ace McCloud, and Doc Terror each sold separately.
Trouble in rubber, Jake. Energize the assault mode. Let's do it. I name this Doc Terror down. Centurion, take this. Energize the power mode. Bombs away. Fire. Now Doc Terror falls. Right, Jake? Right, Ace.
New Centurions, Jake Rockwell, Ace McCloud, and Doc Terror come as shown, each sold separately.
Never before in this galaxy, free Starbots. Star travelers you transform and put together. 1 free in Corn Pops.
Goose knows everybody has a style of their own. So the next time you're out to say something about yourself, remember this. And so does the great taste of Certs with Reston.
The Peanuts Gang is home for the holidays.
Good grief.
A Charlie Brown Christmas. The festivities start next.
A giant castle. With a giant. Let's go, Sue. Time for a Cheerios breakfast, kids. Yeah, Cheerios is a powerful part of this balanced breakfast.
You got go with Cheerios, Energy-O's that help you grow. You got go power with power. Coming on strong with Cheerios. You'll feel the Cheerios.
A Cheerios breakfast.
Tonight on Cheers, Diane turns on the charm for her boyfriend's mom, but what does mom think?
Stop seeing my son, or as God is my witness, I'll kill you.
That's kind of cute. You'll die laughing on Cheers. And on Night Court, Stella Stevens is a madam with a holiday surprise for Harry. Awesome. A Thanksgiving feast of laughter tonight.
Alvin Simon Theater. The collection. Each in really cute outfits. You can collect them one at a time or in sets. And pretend to play ball with Simon. But you know what's best about them? Their funny little faces. The Chipmunk Collectibles. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Sold separately or in sets of 3. New from Ideal.
It's National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day today here on January 3rd of the new year, and we're looking at what holiday is today because we forgot to cover that at the beginning of the show. So we're going to go ahead and give it to you towards the end of the program here. Why not? Today, National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day on January 3rd is for celebrating that combo that just naturally seems to go together, cherries and chocolate. And just as the holiday festivities are behind us and a new year begins, we look forward to the luscious confection that puts a smile on everyone's face and brightens our outlook for whatever waits for us in the new year ahead. Chocolate-covered cherries, also known as cherry cordials, have been enjoyed by Americans and indeed the world for generations. Early settlers from Europe were so fond of cherries, they made sure that some were stashed among the cargo when they sailed the Atlantic Ocean to reach America in the 1600s. And although there are a variety of cherries now considered to be native to North America, the common belief is that cherries originated in Turkey. Cherries are known to be one of the oldest cultivated crops in the world, and it seems as though our love of cherries is deeply ingrained in human culture. The English began soaking sweet cherries in kirsch, a cherry brandy, and covering them with chocolate in the 1700s. These cordials, as they were known, were savored for their intoxicated effects and reserved for holidays. The French created a similar confection called Griots, they call them, I guess, unless the G is silent, around the same time, using a sour cherry called a griot. A griot is what they call it, which they also soaked in kirsch and smothered in chocolate. Both English cordials and French griots made their way to America in the 1700s and immediately became in demand to no one's surprise. Americans began making cordials using a strong sugary syrup liqueur by crushing whole cherries, cooking them in sugar and brandy, and then covering with chocolate. These became known as cherry cordials, but other fruits were also made into cordials using the same brandy and sugar method. Cherry cordials were the most popular and usually reserved for holidays and special festivities. Eventually, the alcohol was removed from the recipe during Prohibition, and cherry cordials were instead made with cherry-flavored sugar syrup. By 1929, the first chocolate-covered cherries made with sugar syrup and no alcohol began to be mass-produced in America to meet the increased demand. And today we celebrate chocolate-covered cherries of all persuasions, dark, milk, even white chocolate varieties. We love to savor a cherry cordial after dinner, made with sweet liqueurs and the nip of kirsch brandy, but are always eager to indulge in a sweet sugar syrup-centered chocolate-covered cherry as a late afternoon delight. Whichever you prefer, make sure you treat yourself for National Chocolate-Covered Cherry Day. Here's the timeline, and it actually goes from the bottom to the top. So it starts in 1864. New York City, Italian immigrant confectioner Angelo Sella begins making cherry cordials in America. That's why you see the Sella cherry cordials, very popular. Then to 1929, Sella is the first confectioner to commercially manufacture chocolate-covered cherries on a large scale. Go to Chicago, 1948. Rival confectioner Queen Anne's cordial cherry is introduced and begins commercially manufacturing chocolate-covered cherries. Then to 1985, Tootsie Roll Industries, Inc. purchases Sella's Confections, Inc., and continues to sell the popular confection under the Sella brand name. There you have it. And now we go to the National Chocolate-Covered Cherry Day activities. What are you going to do? Well, invite your pals over to sample a flight of cherry cordials paired with different wines or spirits. Include a variety of tempting cordials, dark milk and white chocolate, some with liqueur and some without. To get everyone in a jovial chocolate-covered mood, we suggest watching the classic television sitcom I Love Lucy, the episode where Lucy and Ethel get jobs wrapping chocolates in a candy factory. Classic and very funny. And also pick up a box or two of freshly made cordials from a local confectioner for the office or family. Few people can resist the temptation of a luscious cherry smothered in chocolate, nor will they forget who shared the indulgence. And plant a cherry tree. Urban legend has it that America's first president, George Washington, chopped down a family cherry tree as a child, much to his father's dismay. When confronted, little George admitted to the terrible deed with, "I cannot tell a lie." We have no idea whether this story is fact or fiction, or what would provoke George to do such a thing. But now that we know how cherished cherries were in colonial America, we finally understand why this odd story made its way into elementary history books. We think the story is a good enough reason to plant a cherry tree on National Chocolate-Covered Cherry Day in memory of the tree little George chopped down. And here are 5 facts, random facts about cherries. They derive their name from the Turkish town of Sarasis. Washington State grows more sweet cherries than any other region in America. Cherries are related to plums and more distantly to peaches and nectarines. And darker cherries have higher antioxidant and vitamin levels than lighter ones. And sour cherries have higher levels of antioxidants and vitamins than sweet cherries. If you like sour, then go for it. And there you have it, friends. National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day. The dates. This goes on a Wednesday. Next year, it'll be on a Friday. Here are some National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day related holidays, like National Chocolate Covered Anything Day, National Cherry Month in February, and in October, which Monday, October 28th, is National Chocolate Day. So we've got to look out for that way down there towards the end of this year. We'll see what happens with that. All right. There you go, friends. Not bad when it comes to look at cherry cordials. Whew. National Chocolate Covered Day cherries. I love it. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and now get to our daily motivator. Oh, we also have our Mental Floss Amazing Facts as well, too. So let's go ahead and take care of that before we go to the daily motivator. I'll put this one back up. And, of course, this is, of course, from Mental Floss Amazing Facts Page a Day Calendar for Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Today's Mental Floss Amazing Fact goes like this. About 1 in every 2,000 babies is born with natal teeth or natal teeth. It's said Napoleon and Julius Caesar were both born with teeth, as were advice columnists and twin sisters Ann Landers and Abigail Van Buren. Wow. So maybe we have teeth that look like natal teeth, but I guess maybe they're not as prominent when we are first born, and then they show up later on and become like this. Who knows? But that is your Mental Floss Amazing Fact for today. Now, let's take a look at the Motivation of the Day by Ralph Marston to end our program. Today is January 3rd, 2024, and the title of today's Daily Motivator is Curate Your Activities. Over time, harmful and pointless habits can creep into the way you live your life. When you're able to recognize and replace them, those habits represent major opportunities for improvement. Make room for more good and useful activities by letting go of the useless negative pursuits. Identify a waste of time that you could easily do without and challenge yourself to replace it. Zero in on a replacement you can look forward to and get enthusiastic about. Offer yourself a genuine and desirable reward for making better use of your time, energy, and resources. Improve your results by improving your choices. Add richness to your life by being positive and proactive about what you do with your days. You have an excellent innate understanding of what serves you best and what doesn't. So apply that understanding and let it guide your choices and inspire your actions. Trade in tired, fruitless habits for energizing, enriching ones, and carefully curate your activities and optimize the value they bring to life. And there you have it, Ralph Marston, with today's Daily Motivator right here every day on DMS 3000 News. I'm Jason Icanio, thanking you very much for another fantastic show. As I mentioned to you last week, things are going to get more intense in our look at the headlines, so be prepared for some harsh criticisms back on those particular things. As I mentioned before as well, I welcome anyone who wants to disagree with me as far as the headlines or anything political or religious or something of that sort. If you've got something to throw at me, I'll bring you on this show from 4 to 5:30. I'll give you the whole hour and a half. I'll give you the whole show to get it off your chest. Do what you got to do, because in the end, we may come to a compromise. We may agree to disagree. But one thing is for certain, you'll be able to come on here and express how you really feel and tell me to my face whether I'm a true jerk or not. At this point, I'm sticking to my guns. You stick to your guns. The idea is not for me to change you, but to make you more aware of what's going on in the world today. For now, Jason Canio telling you, remember to be honest, to be real, and keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock for another edition of DMS 3000 News Live. Good night.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Gary Dawson Network for more great content like this one.